Welcome everybody, Red Arrow 23 here. Today we're going to be checking in on the Red Penguin 23 account. That's my mini. Let's boom some beaches! Alright guys, let's check it out. So we got Red Penguin 23 account. You can see my HQs up at the front. Found that when I'm clearing my map and I'm getting all these victory points, I'm getting players on my map that I can't take out. So I've beached my HQ just to keep it under control so I can keep clearing my map and getting all the resources that I want. Talking about resources, I've found that at the moment I'm really low on gold all the time because I want to be clearing all of these clouds and I'm trying to get everything done in my armory that I want. So I want to upgrade my heavies, my medkit and my warriors. Not too worried about the mines and riflemen at this stage. By the time I'm ready to do those, I'll probably have an upgraded armory and I'll be moving on to other things. Yeah, so like when I get my operation reward, I might actually consider getting gold out of that. Otherwise I would just be getting diamonds just to save them up for when I want to use them. And also, with the new latest HQ that I've just upgraded to, I can get submarine, but I know that that's going to cost gold to be sending that away for resources, so I haven't bought that, I haven't upgraded or built that yet, because I don't have the gold to spend. But it's all good, all the other resources have been going fine, as long as you keep your storages upgraded and you clear your map. I've got caught out a couple of times clearing my map and then noticing that I don't have enough room for the resources I'm trying to collect for. So I was trying to build enough to get my gunboat going, and then I realized that I'm just pumping resources into a full storage that I wouldn't be able to get that upgrade going. So as soon as you got those upgraded, then you can clear your map, get the resources, start an upgrade and then stop. And then as soon as that upgrade is finished, start again and just keep repeating that until you're maxed out. Easy. No need to worry about waiting around for resources to come to you, just go and take them. Alright, Armory Priorities. So we already talked about it. I'm all about the Zookas, so I've got to be upgrading those first. Your GBE is quite handy as well. So you're always going to be using an artillery, barrage, in your attacks, so I like to keep them upgraded, so you got the maximum amount of damage that you can. The flare is all about duration, you want longer flares. I noticed as soon as I jump down into this mini, my flares aren't lasting anywhere near as long as I'm used to. And the same with smoke. So there's a whole bunch of things there, just got to think about what you're going to be wanting to use in the future and upgrading for that. So instead of, you might want to upgrade everything in your armory. I don't really suggest it because you've got limited gold and time, so you just want to smash out or focus on the things that you want to focus on. Cool, statues. So what statues should you be running? It depends what you want out of your account. So this account, I'm imagining I need my resource reward statue so that I can do all of the heavier upgrades once I get to them. So I want to be able to max out my landing craft, so I'm going to need resource rewards to do that. I'm not going to be able to get that from one map clear, so I'm going to be holding on to that one. Power stone chance, I want to be building powder as we go, so I definitely want to hold on to a power stone chance along the way. It's not until you get into a really competitive task force that you really need to be dropping power stone chance. And also troop health, you see I got 2 troop health there. That's only because I'm rocking hooker for most of my attacks. And I haven't had any guardians, so like I'd rather have a troop health 11 than a troop damage like 5 that I'm getting out of an idol. So just keep building your statues, building your powder, and yeah, it's all about the red and purple. Don't worry about greens. That's not the way to go. Don't wait for resources to come to you. Unless you're going to put down the game for months on end, then you might want to put blues on so you don't drop as many VP, but even then it's still not really worth it. Blues are probably much better when you're actually pushing your account, trying to push for those leaderboards. But I'm all about the team, so I'm all about the damage and GBE. But I do want some powder when I'm eventually going to be using this task force competitively. That's why I've got all those other ones. And the other good thing, first TD damage, troop damage statues I made was maxed, 13%. Even on my main account, I've got 2 13s and a 12, and that's after years of playing the game. So if you see these maxed out statues, don't salvage them. You don't need the powder for TD or GBE statues that are maxed. Especially when you don't even have a statue storage to build and store them in. Alright, upgrade timing. So yeah, make sure you do your... So I've done this poorly because I'm upgrading a landing craft while I'm about to do a whole bunch of attacks. So you don't want to really be doing that. If you're doing attacks, you can like upgrade your gunboat, pretty much anything other than your landing craft. Because if you're upgrading your landing craft and you lose a troop from that boat, that you won't be able to retrain them. So you could be down an entire boat until that upgrade's finished. The other timing thing is like do your long upgrades when you go to sleep. So if you're going to do an HQ upgrade, do it before you go to bed. And you might even pre-plan the one before that so that you know that this landing craft upgrade is going to finish just before you want to go to bed. Then you can start your HQ one when you're maxed out. Do that overnight. Some of these are a bit hardcore. I mean, chill out, just do your upgrades when you can. But if you can plan them, then do it. You can be efficient or you can just chill. Let's talk about supply chests. So if you're new to Boom Beach, you won't know anything about these. It's in the bottom left hand corner. I haven't got mine yet today on this account. So if we look at our victory point level, so you can get to this one by hitting, so under Red Penguin 23 you can see 152, so you click on that. And then if you press the info button, the little I, I'm currently above 140, but I haven't got to 170 victory points. So you can see at the top there it says contains 1 intel. And if I'm looking down, I'm seeing 5 fragments, 4 diamonds, and all of those other things. So as you push up in victory points, the rewards are obviously going to get greater and greater. So you might see a certain threshold, like you might want to, so I might say I want to get some intel for my team, so I want to push up into that 170, and then I get 2 intel. So just be aware of what those things are doing. So that counts for your daily chest that you get at 6 o'clock local time on your map. It just rocks up above this op reward boat. And also for your daily supply chest when you get that. So once you do your supply chest, I believe it's 20 hours later you can get another supply chest from getting 5 victory points. The way you get those 5 victory points, you can attack a player. If you take down a player versus player base, you'll get 2 victory points. If you take down an NPC base, you'll get 1 with the chance of getting 2. And the way you can see this is if we scout this one out, you'll be able to see the resources that you'll be able to get. And on the left hand side of the screen you can see it's 1 victory point is under your reward, and then chance to get an extra 1. Cool. And then the other thing is resource bases is the same as NPC bases, apart from you've only got 1, so you don't get a chance to get a second. So if you are struggling, like if you can't take out the last player versus player and you really want to get your supply chest, then you can always take out an easy resource base like this one or something like that. And then, so you want to be getting your supply chest every day and your daily reward chest every day. Even if this is just your mini account, you just come over, get that chest and then leave. You don't have to clear your map and do your upgrades or anything. If you can just keep it ticking along, it'll still progress. So yeah. Alright, let's take out some NPC bases. As usual, we're looking at NPC bases. We should be taking 0 losses. And this one might be a little bit tough, but that's fine. Hopefully we can keep these cannons and boom cannon and sniper shot the entire time. So we've let it shoot off once. And we're going to want to get these cannons down ASAP. So we got 1 more shock. As soon as that cannon goes down, we should be able to take them all out. And then we should be home free. There we go. There should be no losses. Boom. Assuming we don't get any silly Zookas walking on boom mines. So there we go. So when you're looking at your statues, they'll be helping you out in all of these attacks. So I've got troop health, that's going to be maxing, getting a little bit more health on my heavies. My troop damage, that's going to help out with my Zookas. If I had any GBE statues, that'll help me not run into the space there where I nearly ran out of GBE when trying to shock that group. Alright, what we got next? Notice that I'm not scouting, you can take your time a little bit. And you would actually know how much health is on these to see if you can barrage them. So it's probably going to take 4 for that rocket launcher. Damn it, it is. Okay, the heavy should be able to tank a decent amount, and the rest of those defenses are all going to be under 1 shock. The ones that I'm worried about on the left. So let's go straight for that sniper tower. I'm not going to shock yet, because once the... oh, maybe I am. So I was worried about the heavies getting into the dead zone. Once they get into the dead zone of the rocket launcher can shoot straight over the top of them and hit the Zookas. Which I was obviously scared about. And it just happened, so I lost a bunch of kills. But I thought I'd be safe because they were a little bit further back hitting that sniper tower. But that's all good. So you see now, I've lost, can't remember how many are on here. So you'll see that Zookas take up 2 unit size on each landing craft. And if you look at the number at the end of the landing craft, it says 10. That's how many spots are on this boat. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I've lost 2 Zookas that I won't be able to retrain until this landing craft is upgraded. Alright, we'll do one more and then I'll do the last one after I've stopped recording. So let's take down take 1. We just got a bunch of cannons. So I'm going to take out this one. Maybe this one. I'm a little bit worried about these mines. I reckon we can take a few hits from this cannon and then I'll shock the next one when we head over there. Yeah, let's give it a shot. And hopefully we'll be able to outrange the cannons on the other side of the HQ. Let's double check, and we've got a flare if we need to re-flare out. But we're out of range, so that's all good. Now we just have to wait until it gets grinded down. So that'll do it for today's video. Be sure to comment down below all of your thoughts, how you're going. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more Boom Beach!